Hello, welcome. This is Shawn Cohen, your psychic medium, tarot reading, astrologer, past life regressionist, metaphysician, teacher of esoteric knowledge, and the hostess with the mostess for Cafe Esoterica Radio on Blog Talk Radio. And I'm trying to get my live feed going on Facebook, so naturally there's technical problems, which always seem to happen to me. But I'd like to send a video out anyway, just so you can see me, and I can't see you, but I will eventually get there. And I'd like to pull a few cards and talk about my work and talk about, I have a discount going up right now as we speak. If you see this video, you'll be entitled to a whopping 40% off for a psychic medium tarot reading of my normal price. And that lasts until July 2nd. From today, which is the 23rd of June, 2018, until July 2nd. And the reason it's only until July 2nd is because I'll be starting my my Meta 2 classes, metaphysical classes, 12-week course that I do, Meta 1, Meta 2. Meta 2 now is scheduled for that day is Monday, Monday, July 2nd, right? And my astrology classes, which are also in two 12-week formats. So Astrology 1, which is, we've just finished that, and we're now headed to Astrology 2. And you can't take 2 unless you've done 1. But if there's any students of mine who never got to do 2, either Meta 2 or Astrology 2, by all means get in touch, because I will most certainly welcome you into the Meta 2 group and the Astrology 2 group. And they are 12 weeks. Meta 2, as I said, is on July the 2nd, which is a Monday. And Astrology 2 begins on the Wednesday, June 27th. So that's coming up in a couple days. And I'm very happy to announce that I'm trying to put together, and I've been talking to quite a few people about it, an astrology summit. And why I'm doing this is because I love astrology. Astrology was my first love. I think I read a book when I was 13 called Linda Goodman's Sun Signs. And many an astrologer will know that book. Well, maybe not the new generation coming up, but certainly my generation. And Linda Goodman wrote this very interesting, almost cookbook style, Aries man, Aries woman, Aries teenager, what they're about in love and work and whatever. And she did it for all the 12 signs. And I was fascinated, really fascinated by it as a 12, 13-year-old. I think I was 12, actually, when I picked up that book. And I had already really fell in love with the Greek myths. I was reading them voraciously at 12 years old. And of course, astrology is all based on the Greek myths, Greek Roman myths. So if you love archetypes, if you love mythology, if you love understanding yourself, which is really, astrology was the first psychology, then I hope you will come and join me for the Astrology Summit, which I'm going to get together in August. I haven't got a date yet. I'm still compiling information, technical things, people. I have on my show, Cafe Esoterica Radio, I've had over the past 2 years some fabulous, wonderful, the best of the best astrologers. And they're all invited to speak at this summit. Some of them know it, some of them don't yet. So when I'm up and running, I'll tell them. And I'm sure they'll come. And I have James Lynn Page as my co-host. And James has been on my show a couple times. He's written some beautiful esoteric books, fabulous books. His latest is You and the Conscious Universe, and he was a recent guest again on my show. James lives up north. I live in London. If you don't know me, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I grew up there and moved around. I lived in LA, Florida, North Carolina, all great places, learned so much. I hitchhiked through Europe when I was 21 with my best girlfriend, and we had a blast, and I wouldn't recommend it today, but in 1977 it was a great experience. And I really fell in love with psychology after astrology. And of course, as I said, they're a natural progression. One really is the same as the other. And then found a school of metaphysics in California in 1980. And for me, that was home. It was called the American National Institute for Psychical Research and Development. And having waitressed and bartended, and still, I wanted to be a writer originally, and I have written books now. But that really, was the place. I learned everything I needed there. And what I teach in my metaphysics classes are directly from the things that I learned there. So Meta 1, the most amazing inner work, meditations, dreams, what they mean, and, just good self-worth, self-esteem. In today's world, it must be said, and it's always been this way, it seems, that we are tormented by low self-worth. And there's so much abuse around. No wonder, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can change, and it can be healed. I'm a very big advocate for inner work, psychology, holistic medicine, and I would definitely recommend that as a path on any level, whatever you're doing. But if you're a light worker like me and you've come to the planet to heal it and help it, and you know you need to heal and help yourself, then my metaphysics classes are the place to be. They have been going strong for 34 years. I have my beautiful students mentoring the class now, the ones that I started teaching in 1985, 84 I started teaching, but 85 in London, where I've been ever since. And even though I've worked in Israel a couple times, I've worked in Cyprus, I've worked in Italy, I've worked in Sweden and Malta, and of course even different parts of the UK. I love London. London's my home. And I see clients online, on Skype, on Zoom media. All the courses are taught on Zoom media now, and that means you can see them any time of day, anytime when you're free. So if you live in, different time zones in London, like in America or whatever, Australia, I have students in Australia, I have students in all over the USA. And this is a wonderful experience for them. So they can tune in and they can actually watch the video. It's like being in the class. They see the other students, right? And we have private Facebook groups for the Meta 1, Meta 2, Astrology 1, Astrology 2. I have a Cafe Esoterica group on Facebook. If you love the show or you want to be a guest on the show, please get in touch. You can reach me at my Facebook page, which this video will be posted to, which is under Shawn Margaret Cohen. That's my name. If you're interested in buying my books or you want to learn the tarot, here's my book, the Tarot Workbook. This is based on all the tarot notes for my students, and it's written in a like workbook style. So you see the pictures there, loads of interesting pictures. There's everything you need to know about the tarot, from soup to nuts, really, because there's meditation, there's the chakra colors, there's how they play into the tarot. The tarot are 78 archetypes, particularly the first 22. Well, let's say the 22 archetypes. 22 is a master number for all you numerologists out there. And we have all that in the tarot, all of it. So each card, both direct and reverse, is in this book. And you can get this book on blurb.com www.blurb.com, or on Amazon. Okay, just look for, you can put my name in, Shawn M. Cohen, Cohen, or you can just use the title, the Tarot Workbook. And for my Meta 1 and Meta 2 classes, I've just completed my Meta 2 book. This is my Meta 1 book. It's a glorious work. It is that here we have the Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn with the script, the scroll, and I love this because this is exactly what Meta 1 is. It's all about come hither, come on in and get your light, get your enlightenment. Wake up to the fact that you're a soul, that you have a purpose, that you are not just floating around the earth wondering what to do with yourself all day long, or struggling and striving to make a buck or a pound or a yen wherever you are in the world, but you have a purpose, a reason for being here. You are a divine soul, and your soul is eternal. And because your soul is eternal, you have been here maybe hundreds of thousands of times. You never die. You never will die. Your body dies, but not your soul. So Meta 1 teaches you who you really are, and it helps you to know your purpose. And many, many, many of my students over the past 34 years have gone on to become beautiful light workers. In every field, a light worker is a person who shares their light, their knowledge, their information, who helps, who shows up, who isn't drowning themselves in their pity party or their alcohol or their drugs. I mean, maybe they had to pass through that. That's okay too. A lot of them do. But then they move on and they get to the point, which is, I'm here to help save the world, just like, well, not like Superman, but if the shoe fits, then why not? Light workers bring light, information, healing, help. There are beautiful light workers who deal just with animals, and I know a few of them, and I love them dearly because they're just so special. There are many light workers who deal with human beings, every facet, whether it's divination to help them ease their anxiety, to show them the way. A way shower can also be a light worker. There are many who are doctors and nurses and holistic practitioners and massage therapists and acupuncturists and Reiki healers and whatever. They're every branch of medicine. And there are light workers who educate and teach, like myself, who also can teach in school, regular school, university level, or adult education. There are light workers who will bring to the party the life. There are many light workers who just should bring up to show happiness, to bring happiness, to joy, to be joyful, to be fun, to act in a way that maybe just brings a smile to someone's face. I mean, a light worker is as diverse as the human race. So you could be, people in the spiritual world sometimes say silly things like, oh, well, you work in a bank. You couldn't possibly be a light worker. Really? Because I know people who work in banks, and on their weekends, they go out and they work in animal shelters. You shouldn't judge because you never know, right? And so here's my book. If you'd like to, you can read it. It's for my courses, but it has so many wonderful things in it, like meditation. Like you meditate to meet your guide. We all have guardian angels or people who work with us, spirits who work with us. Acupuncture is in here, as well as acupressure, candle magic, all white magic, all positive. Laying on the hands for healing, because I was a nurse and I am a healer. And I want everyone to be able to heal themselves as best they can and work with that energy. There's a lot of mirror work, loving yourself, Louise Hay stuff in here, as well as palmistry and iridology. So, and acupressure, as I said. So if you want to step into the Lightworker's path, please get my book. You can buy this on same places that I mentioned, blurb.com. Actually, this one is blurb.co.uk. You will be able to find it on my website. I'm just in the process of changing that website. So if you don't find it there, don't panic. You can also just ask me on Facebook chat, PM me, or you can email me at psychic, PSYCHIC, Shawn Cohen. Shawn is spelled SHAWN, Cohen, COHEN, at gmail.com. And if you'd like a reading with me, as I said, I'm offering a big walloping discount. I normally don't go that low, so catch it while you can, which will be £60 for an hour or $98 for an hour. And an hour sometimes can go to two, and depending on what the person needs. And I never charge more than if I go over, because I do the job till it's done. The normal fee is £100, English pounds, and $160. So it's quite a good discount. I would grab it while I could. I am a medium. I bring through messages of love, hope. I am very much in tune with the spirit world. And if an angel needs to give a message, an angel will give me a message to pass on. I can also bring through not only your loved ones, but your pets as well. I have that gift, and I would be very happy to give that to you. Those messages are some of the most beautiful messages. And you might ask, well, how does an animal translate a message? An animal will give me in my mind and in my ear, okay, I always hear it on my left side, an image. It might give me a sound, like a cat meowing, so I know it's a cat. But it might also give me an image in my head. And it might give me an image of perhaps sleeping at the top of a couch, like a lot of cats do. My cat likes that. And I will then say to my client sitting in front of me, or over Skype or Zoom, I see a cat, and this cat is sitting on top of a couch, and the couch is, black, and the cat is white, and the person would be like, oh my God, that's my cat who passed. And so I've brought through, believe it or not, cats, dogs. Okay, that's pretty normal, but wait for it. Horses, snakes. Oh yes, someone had a pet snake, and that was quite a shock. And even a pet pig came through. Oh yes. It's amazing what can come through. And then, of course, you have the messages. Messages are beautiful, sometimes regretful. The spirit world is all around us, and heaven is really the next dimension. Like, we're in the third dimension. There's the fourth, the fifth dimension. And heaven is really all around us. It is possible to interact with heaven every single day. And our higher self never leaves heaven. So we're guided by our own higher self, always. So if you are interested in getting a message from someone who's passed, nobody can make them come. You see, now you need to know that. Nobody has power over them. But if they love you and the call goes out, so-and-so is going to be sitting with the medium, then, and they're aware and they want to, they can get the message. I'm just a telephone. So it's like they ring me up and I pass it on to whoever's sitting in front of me. And I love doing that. I love doing that work. It's beautiful work. It's sacred work. There's nothing weird or scary about it. The energy of the deceased, or the person who's passed on, their energy is very palpable. You can feel it. Often you get smells, like an old boyfriend of mine used to smoke cigars, and when he passed, all I smelled was his cigar. It was like really strong, and it was a good message that it was him. It was a distinct message. And for often you get like the scent of their cologne or perfume. You can get like cigarette smoke, as I said. And you might think, well, do they smoke in the spirit world? Well, maybe they do. Why not? They want to. They're not going to die from it, that's for sure. The spirit world is a very interesting place. And people think, oh, there's a hell. There is no hell. Okay, let me just be clear. I have never, in all the years, and I'm talking 34 years of metaphysics teaching, I have never once had a spirit come through and say, oh, I can't make it because I'm in hell, okay? And they won't let me out to give the messages. There are negative entities. There are that, okay? But, you know, that's sort of a lecture for another time. I think we can't really be worried about such things. You protect yourself, you take care of yourself, you don't put yourself in harm's way, and harm's way won't come to you. It's just that simple. Sometimes people are overwhelmed by events, and some people think, well, you know, that bad things did that to them, or they were cursed. You know, I'm in the frame of mind that perhaps people do say terrible things behind your back, and perhaps people do curse you, and that can happen. But you must hold your head up high, you must white light yourself, you must cleanse your energy, and walk forward. That's all you can do. And you lead a good life. I think I covered everything. Tarot card for today is, I've got many decks. I don't know if you can see. Here's one. That's a crystal deck. Here's the Cosmic Tarot. I have many decks. I collect decks, like many tarot readers do. So let's go to, I don't know. These are so beautiful too. I have to put my specs on. Hope you don't mind. Now let's do one of these. Just a quickie here. I'll lower the screen so you can see how I work. Right. Here's my velvet cloth. And I'm just going to shuffle this deck. This is the Medieval Scapini Tarot. It's a beautiful deck by Luigi Scapini, Italian tarot maker. There are many, many tarot designers and makers out there. And so I'm shuffling with an idea in mind. You would be thinking about something while I did this. And I'm just going to cut the deck, 1, 2, and 3, pick it up the way I want. This is usually how I work. I'm just showing you quickly, quick demonstration. Then I start putting the tarot cards out. Beautiful cards with the message of Page of Cups. I've seen that Page of Cups a couple times today when I was looking in my cards, and it got stuck in the box. So that's really a message there, the Page of Cups. But let's talk about Eight of Coins. This is a card that talks about making money. So we all need money in the world to live. This is a beautiful card here because it's all about success, really. 8 in numerology is a number of success. And you can see this chap is busy working away, providing for his family. And so 8 of Coins, money, money, honey. And we have the 2 of Wands reversed. This would be about not sure which way to go in the working field. You know, two of Wands is a cross path, like yes, no, this way, that way, up, down. You know, it's 2, me, you. Reversed Wands, energy not really there. It's paused for a decision. Then we have the 8 of Wands, so that's 2 8s. Wow, very successful. So if I were to read this, just say for an instance, I would say that somebody who's quite successful, not quite sure, paused in the storm here to figure out where they're going next. Very successful outcome card with the 8 of Wands here, so they will make a success of their next endeavor. And then 2 pages. So maybe starting out, pages are messengers, but they're also younger people, can be. And the Page of Wands, enthusiasm, passion, energy. Page of Cups, love, amour, spirit, happiness. So whatever you do in your next endeavor, you might have a friend with you. It looks very happy and positive. And it also looks like, I would say, quite the success. Eight of Wands is eight wands flying through the air in other decks, and it can be a spirit card, like spirit is helping you. Let's just pull an angel card while we're at it. These are, excuse me, I have so many decks of angel cards, and Doreen Virtue, her goddess cards. Excuse me. This is Jackie Newcomb, who is the angel lady. A lot of people love her. And I'll just pull one quickly. Little message for anyone who wants to know. An angel card reading. Here we go. So just open them up, pull one out, read it. It's very simple. Aw, our strong arms will hold you close and protect you. Can you see that? Isn't that lovely? That's like a heart. The heart that I have on. I'm wearing the same thing. See? Isn't it funny? I'm really into helping people be happy. Helping people find solutions to their problems. I have so many people come to me over the years. The rich, the famous, the infamous, the poor, the absolute desperate and distraught. And I hope, and it's been my goal and my aim to help them all, no matter what. So I'm going to love you and leave you with that. If you would like to schedule a reading with me, if you would like to know more about perhaps an astrology chart, which I didn't talk to you about, you can see everything on my website, which is www.tarotbyshawncohen.weebly, weebly.com. If you're not sure, just go to Google and type my name in. You'll find me. Okay? And I wish you a gorgeous day, a pleasant night, and an angel by your side. Take care. Bye.